Good afternoon, everybody. Can you sit down, please? Guys, we want to start. I want to let you know the agenda. We have a report from me, one from the nominating committee, one of the general secretary, one from Wright Pinson, the president of the foundation, treasury report, the HPB journal report, and we are going to announce the Congress from 2024, and we are going to explain the advances in the other congresses. For me, it's a rewarding presidency because we made good progress and I have a lot of support from the executive and from the management company. I want to thank Alison is here. Your work is wonderful with your team, and really without you, we cannot do things day by day. Thank you very much for all what you do for all of us. As I mentioned today, we have a growing society. We have around 2,600 members. Probably it's growing more, but I don't want to tell you the last number because probably are 100 more in this moment. There is working for memberships around engagement, and we are trying to improve what we do every day. We are delivering new benefits for value for the money that you pay for the society, and we complete all the harmonizations with all the regions, and I think everybody is happy and everything is going in the right way. We completed the strength with everybody right now, and we are consolidating and creating new chapters around the world. We just got this year one from Dominican Republic, one from the Balkan area, and we are gonna have news from new chapters very soon. We have a solid financial base. The foundation is increasing the activities and supporting new things lately, and they are gonna let you know in a few minutes. We are consolidating our partnership with the industry. We are strengthening our reputation from our HPB magazine, thanks to James for the work he has been doing for the last 10 years, the ongoing development of the website at My HPB, more active committee structures. Really, we have all the committees that are working and bringing new activities, and we are gonna try to get on track on all of them. We have a successful World Congress in 2016, and as you can see in this meeting, probably it's over 3,000 people, and we are very happy that what is being achieved by Professor Clavier, but Rowan Parks in the scientific committee, and I want to congratulate all of you guys. The society is taking an active role for the last two Congress in the delivery of the Congress. This is working good for us, and we are very happy with this model, and we are gonna continue going in this way. And we are doing a lot of outreach missions, and we are combining that with all the regional societies, and we are trying to work with WHO to get a full partnership with all of them. With the foundation, it's doing education, training, and outreach mission, and you can see here Dr. Janaga, that is in Nepal, giving some talks and doing some outreach missions. This is, I want to thank the engagement that we have with our partners, pharmaceutical companies, Angiodynamics, Certes, and Ethicon are supporting us for the last 2 or 3 years, and we are going to continue in this track, and this allowed us to do many activities for the society and support people to come to the Congress for free. We have a strategy meeting on Monday. It was very nice. Everybody was very active. This is the second one that we did in the last couple of years. And this is very good for the society and to see the way that we are going to go. Our next priority is implement a 5-strategy plan. That's what we were working the other day. Focus on IHPBA Foundation fundraising, continue foundation projects in education, research, humanitarian outreach, work on educational outreach programs via IHPBA, investigate international HPB online fellowship programs, roll out case log and evaluation toolkit, set up clinical registry and registries, progress application, as I mentioned before, with WHO. One very important moment for us, we decided as every year to give a Distinguished Service Award. The recipient is James Garden. Congratulations, James. It was unanimous. Everybody wants you in the society, and you did an enormous job for when you were president, and as president, as being in our magazine for 10 years. You put us on the map. I think, thank you for that, and I invite you to come here. We want to give you this award to you. You are retiring now, and we decided to give you something else. Let me try to take note of this. Should be open. Blank, but this is from the society. Smile, please. Yeah. And this is a roll pen. And it's a very special one because you can really do it. Congratulations. Yes, please.
So thank you very much, Oscar. I am truly honoured and humbled by being given this award. I follow in a line of highly exalted colleagues who have served the association well. I've actually been involved with this organisation since its inception, and that really is thanks to my two mentors. The first of these was Henri Bismuth, who inspired me when I worked with him as a chef de clinique to pursue a career in hepatobiliary and liver transplantation. And also David Carter, who was my mentor and has been for the last 40 years, who inspired me to pursue surgery in the area of the pancreas, but then encouraged me to get up the bile duct into the liver at a time when nobody else really seemed to be doing that with great confidence. But for me, he also was a great diplomat. As president of the IBA, he was responsible for the amalgamation or involved in the amalgamation of the old IBA and the World Organization. And having been on council of the IBA as a very young person, I then attended the First World Congress in Boston. So it's been a long journey for me, and over the course of the last 30 years in Edinburgh, I've been really well supported by outstanding academic and NHS colleagues, and I wouldn't have been able to achieve the things that I have achieved if I had not had their support, so I thank them for that. I also was involved in organising a World Congress in Edinburgh in 2006, which we actually thought was tremendously successful at that time. But of course, since then, every other World Congress has been extraordinarily successful. But the one thing that came out of that meeting, that was the first time that, or the second time that I had come across Camilla O'Brien and Alison Shamwana. And it was at that time that I recognized if there was an opportunity to get them involved in anything, I needed to do that. And I actually feel that that might be my strongest legacy to the association at a time when our management structure was struggling. And I'm really grateful to Camilla and to Alison and now Gillian as well for supporting the association as well as they do. I'm going to give an editor's report, so I'm not going to say anything about the journal. I'll give you a little bit of a background on that. But the final thing I would actually say is that I would hope that the fact that I am standing up here will inspire people out there. I am not going to be a living legend. I think that if Gilles Menta had actually been here, he would much more likely to have been a living legend. But I hope that the journey that I've had shows that if you get involved with this organization at an early stage and commit, then you may actually get a nice medal, but something good will come out of it and something very, very fulfilling as well. So I hope the fact that I've received this award will actually inspire others. And I'll come back in 30 years' time, in my 90s, to see one of the younger generation receive this award. So again, I am truly honoured. Thank you very much.
Continue with our agenda. Dr. Janaga is going to give us the report of the nominating committee.
Dear members, it's a privilege to present the report of the nominating committee for all those new officers who are going to be in charge of the association. The nominating committee met in Mainz, and then we had a continuous rounds of telecons, came to a very, very consensus on a broad shared strategic goals, and we had defined the responsibilities of the committees, different committees, and more important, we also found that in many of the committees, the function of some of the members was not adequate, so we had to reward those who functioned well, and also take out those who did not live up to the expectation. It was a very transparent process, and then we hope that all these members who are coming in now would be able to contribute to the association in a big way. As James said that, you start off here and start growing in the association. The nominating committee is happy to present to you the executive committee for the 2018 and 20. Martin Smith takes over as the president. Oscar becomes the past president. Norihiro Kokudo is the president-elect. Kevin Conlon takes over as the secretary general, and Bill Jarnigan continues as the treasurer. Keith DeZong is going to come as Secretary General-elect. Eliza will continue as Treasurer-elect, and Sailesh will be the Scientific Committee Chair. The members at large of the Council are Rene Adam, Keith, Christophe Devernis, Eliza, Zhong Hong from China, and Rebecca Minter from United States, and Kyun-Sik Soo. We have ensured that there's a very clear-cut geographical representation from all the three regions. The ex officio, the regional presidents are Dongwok Choi from Korea and Chuck Walmer from United States. HPB acting editor-in-chief is Steve Wigmore, who's stepping in for about 6 months' time till Nick Waude takes over as HPB editor-in-chief. The next World Congress president is Chris Christophe, who is also part of the council. The chairs are like this. Nominating committee will be headed by Oscar, publications by Kevin. Scientific program will be manned by Sailesh and then assisted by Javier. Education training, an excellent job by Rebecca continues, and so on with the research. The industry and chapter development by Norihiro. Bill Jarnigan manages the finances, and we welcome Peter Lodge into the next audit committee. What is important is that we had this process of, you didn't say smile, please? Okay, I'll smile, yes. The next, the self-nomination process is what I was very interested to introduce. We had about 70 applications from across the membership, and we could accommodate about 36% and put them in various committees and see that these people have the opportunities to grow in the association. What we recommend is that the committee is not just a chair to kind of be on the telecon. It needs an active participation in the committee, and we need to have better communication between the committees so that there is a limited overlap. And we have taken a very important strategy decision that the younger members would be encouraged and promoted into the different committees and as a group. And we need to also identify the regional association, the future leadership coming from the regional association, and encourage this process of self-nomination and accommodate more from the open pool. So a lot of opportunities for you to serve the association, and then I'm sure you'll enjoy the same way as all of us have done in the past. So the list has been passed by the council and the executive, and we now put it to the General Assembly to vote and approve the appointment of the new officers and committees. Motion to approve. All in favor? Anyone opposing? None so ever. President, you have the new set of officers. Thank you. Congratulations, everyone.
We continue with the assembly. Now we have the report of Norihiro Kokudo, now our president-elect.
Thank you, Oscar. And first of all, I want to thank Alison and Michelle and Oscar and all executive board members for their great support. And here the list of my reports as a Secretary General. As you know, we are enjoying continued growth in membership numbers. And also we have been promoting with the regional associations of combined membership, and regional harmonization has been completed. And we have also been a national chapter development, and we have especially in a strong growth in the European African region because of the meeting here today. And I would like to focus on member retention and recruitment. We have to think about the new benefits and the year-round engagement. And this is a yearly trend of the membership, and as you can see, we are enjoying a record high number of members, more than almost 2,600 members. And this is a trend, yearly trend again. And again, we can see the record high membership. And this is a breakdown of the regions. And again, we have a very good balance between among the three regions. And the largest number is from the Americas, IHPBA, and followed by European, African, and Asian Pacific. And this is again breakdown, yearly trend or breakdown of the membership and regions. And as you can see, we discontinued the IHPBA standalone members in 2016. After that, we could enjoy a great number of increase, especially in Americas region. And this is a website, and you may have visit our website, and there have been a number of contents. And we have this website is very active with over 1.2 million page views, and also you can see us like this. And most popular country is India and United States, and followed by UK, Japan, Italy, and Brazil. And this is one of the most popular pages called My HPB, and you can log in using your password and ID. And like this is one of the contents, cooperative planning modules. This is one of the most popular one. And I would like to thank all of these experts for contributing for these contents. And this is a Kellen Wallenship Fellowship, and this has been, we have been already 19 Warren Fellows to date. And this year, last year we have selected 2 people, Dr. Bagante, and Dr. Masaudi. And this year we selected Dr. Margonis, and I would like to congratulate for them. And this is a World Congress locating. This year we have Geneva, Switzerland, and I would like to congratulate Pierre Clavian for this very successful meeting. Currently we have more than 2,800 delegates from 96 countries. Is Clavian here? Please applause. Thank you very much. And in two years, in 2022, we are going to Melbourne, Australia. And after that, in 2022, we are going to New York. And the day before yesterday, we have selected the Cape Town as a new direction in 2024 venue. So I'm very pleased to report this decision. Thank you very much. And this is a date scheduled for the next year meeting, including IHPBA meeting in March in Miami, and IHPBA meeting in June in Amsterdam, and IHPBA meeting in September in Seoul. So those are evenly balanced chronologically, so I would like to recommend all of you to attend any of the meeting with discount price. And so this is in 2 years. In the year of 2021, again, we have HPBA meeting in Miami, EAHPBA meeting in Bilbao, Spain, and APHPBA meeting in Bali, Indonesia. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So again, I would like to encourage all of you to attend any of the meeting. And this is just for information. This is a discount rate for each regional meetings. So as long as you are all combined members, you can enjoy the discount like this. And this is the list of national chapters, numbering 48 countries and regions. And I'm very pleased to report new national chapters in the last 2 years, including El Salvador, France, Honduras, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, Nicaragua, Spain, and West East Balkan countries, regions. I would like to welcome all of these national chapters. And tomorrow morning, we are going to hold a national chapter president breakfast. So I would like to welcome all of the chapter presidents for this breakfast meeting. And lastly, I would like to ask for the vote for the accepted revision of the bylaws. It has been already circulated to you, mainly modifying to discontinuation of the IHPBA standalone members. So I'd like to ask for your approval. Any objection? No. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Continue with the agenda. We ask Dr. Wright Pinson to come here and to give us the report of the foundation.
Mr. President, members, I'm pleased to confirm that a good bit of progress has been made in the past 2 years since the IHPBA Ken Warren Foundation was reincorporated as the IHPBA Foundation. This has been a busy time with essential structural and documentation being put in place. And in addition, we have funded a number of new projects, and we have evidence that many of them have been completed accordingly and in accordance with the wider remit of the association. That includes, in 2017, a total of 2 Ken Warren Foundation Fellows, It also includes a number of travel grants and 6 projects funded for a total of $57,000. In 2018, we have another fellow, a Ken Warren Fellow, that's been funded, a number of travel grants to this meeting, and 4 projects for a total of $69,500. These projects have been in the area of research, in the area of education, and several outreach missions. And I'd like to point out to all members that it would be wonderful if you would come forward with ideas through the appropriate IHPBA committee, that all of those are being considered. In terms of donations, 2017 was a very good year. We raised about $170,000. 70,000 of that came from the IHPBA, 10,000 came from the AHPBA, 2,000 came from the EAHPBA, 12,500 was from a grant that we applied for and got from the Stent Foundation. In addition, our investments did very well in 2017, raising $62,000. So far in 2018, our bank account has raised about, our investments have raised about $20,000, and we've had about $20,000 in donations. So I'm pleased to report at this point in time, the IHPBA Foundation net assets are about $570,000, and that's a significant improvement over 2 years ago. And I would like to point out that if we are to fund more of these research, education, and outreach projects, we could stand your donations, and I would ask you to go to the website. I see several of you smiling, indicating that you will go directly to the website, and yes, that's good. And so I'd just like to point out, all of this operates based on philanthropy, and so any contribution you'd like to make, no matter how small or how large, we would appreciate very much, and you can do that on the website. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Okay, now we ask Bill Jarnagin to see the Treasury report.
Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations on a terrific term. During your time, the association has enjoyed really unprecedented growth and health. Congratulations all to Pierre and Rowan on putting on such a fabulous meeting. So I'm happy to report to the membership that the financial health of the association is good. Just a few slides to summarize where we are, where we have been. This slide summarizes our income and expenses over the past 8 years, and you can see our net income during this time has fluctuated generally based on the World Congress years. And you can see on these even-numbered years, our net income goes up substantially. In the off-meeting years, it's much less so. But just to point out that this number, 77,000 for 2017, was much higher than we expected at that time, and I think represents a trend towards us being able to increase our income in these off-meeting years. This slide shows our total income and expenditures, again from 2012, broken down by different types and where the money comes from, whether it's membership dues, corporate partnerships, and industry income, World Congress, and investments. And I think you can see, again, a clear trend of increase over the past several years, with a relative flattening of our expenditures, which is another, I think, good sign of health. This slide just shows how we managed to come up with the donations to the foundation and how those numbers are arrived at. In essence, we have a policy in place that mandates that we keep a certain amount of money on hand in case of emergencies, in case of problems with the World Congress funding, et cetera. And everything in excess of that, up to 75%, is transferred over to the foundation in order to support the association's activities. And Here you can see 2017, we were able to donate 135,000 and 2000, or excuse me, these are this is when these monies were transferred. These are for the years before. So 2017 reflects the income from 2016, and this reflects 2017 income. So even in an off Congress year, we're still managed to give the foundation almost $70,000. This is the net assets currently that we hold in the association, over $1.2 million to date, and the foundation, as Wright stated, almost $600,000. And this has been the net asset trend for the association over the past 10 years. And once again, you see this steady rise, which for the past couple of years has started to plateau, and I think you'll see in coming years this will remain relatively flat as we move our excess money out of the association coffers and over to the foundation. On the other hand, the foundation also going up will continue to see growth as we move our money, our excess money over to them for management. This is not my report, so I think that's all I have to say. I don't have to submit anything for approval, is that right? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Thank you very much. I would be remiss if I didn't give a very warm thanks to Allison and the members of ACS Global for all the help with the finances. Thank you.
What you have here is the audit committee report that everything went fine, everything was reviewed, and we didn't have any problems with any tax or any. I think everyone was very happy with this. Continue now. We ask again James to come to give the report of the journal.
Just before I give my report, Rowan Parks just leant over and suggested I check the medal, and I wanted to report that it is not actually a little piece of chocolate with foil wrapped around it, so it wasn't donated by Sprungle. So I'm disappointed. I would actually quite like to have nibbled away at it, but this is my final report as editor-in-chief of IHPBA. I thought it might be worthwhile reflecting on the journey of the journal. I was actually appointed editor-in-chief in 2008. At that time, I was fortunate because we had a change in publisher. We appointed Wiley Blackwell, which again was probably one of the better decisions that Wright Pinson made at that time as Treasurer and President. I handpicked some support. And I'm grateful and want to acknowledge the support that Mark Callery, Saxon Connor and Steve Wigmore have given to me over the years in bringing the journal forward. We did receive very strong support in our early years from the IHPBA, who had, without my asking for it, had insisted that there be mandatory manuscript submission of journals coming from their annual meeting. That helped kickstart and improve the quality of the manuscripts. And very quickly, we saw not just an increased manuscript submission rate, but we were indexed or accessible on PubMed Central that year. We were indexed on Medline in 2010, and we managed to secure our first impact factor of 1.285 in June 2011. Because of the increased number of manuscript submissions, I was pleased that we took on Rebecca Minter and Ewan Harrison as editors. And at that time, we also had a change of publisher in that Elsevier secured the contract for publishing IHPBA. So when I reported, I'm just trying to see if this is actually going to move forward. I'm sorry, So when I reported in Sao Paulo 2 years ago, I confirmed that there had been that smooth transfer of the journal to Elsevier. that the manuscript submissions at that time in 2015 had breached 500. The editorial team were working hard to maintain flow of manuscripts, and the turnaround time from first submission to decision was just over 3 weeks. The acceptance rate at that time was 32%, and the impact factor had risen to 2.675. And you'll see from the cartoon there that there was always this peak of submitted manuscripts around the time of the IHPBA meeting. Actually, as the impact factor increased, there wasn't actually really any need to push IHPBA or for them to mandate manuscript submission. And you'll see that the flow of manuscripts has continued year through. The journal is readily accessible through Elsevier's own platforms and is easily accessible at the click of a mouse on the IHPBA My HPB website. So here you see that we've now got new manuscript submissions coming up towards 700. This year we think we're going to be between 750 and 1,000. That cartoon on the right-hand side shows that the flow of manuscripts now is evenly distributed throughout the year. Despite the increased submission of manuscripts, we'll still manage to keep that turnaround time at around 3 to 4 weeks. And we have actually had the capacity to publish more manuscripts in the journal, and the acceptance rate has still been kept around 34%. And I would just observe that the quality of the manuscripts has improved, and the impact factor has continued to increase. I apologised to Council 2 days ago that I actually should have resigned last year because there was a slight glitch and the impact factor came down by 0.1 this year. That actually was reflected by all of our main competitor journals. It's one of these glitches of how the impact factor is calculated, but our ranking in our of the journal in its division continued to increase. So the one thing that I've really been pleased about in this last year or so is the impact factor has increased. The origin of manuscript submissions has spread out now much more geographically and globally, and we're seeing an increased number of quality submissions from China, from Japan, and from the rest of the Australasian region, and that is good to see. We are seeing an increasing number of downloads. The journal, the manuscripts are increasingly accessible. And I just wanted to make the observation that, at the editorial board meeting earlier on today, I was asked the question about, well, how can we really push the quality of the manuscripts up? How can we actually get that impact factor up further? And actually, clearly, the editors can do a certain amount, the editorial board can do a certain amount, the reviewers can do a certain amount, but at the end of the day, it does require submission of quality manuscripts to come to HPB. And I would like to see an increasing number of randomized controlled trials, prospective studies. We already see quality systematic reviews and retrospective studies coming through. But actually, I think that the members should really consider now continuing to support HPB, because I actually have no doubt that the impact factor will continue to rise because HPB is a niche surgical journal. I did indicate that we do lots of things to try and highlight the accessibility of the manuscripts, to try and promote the manuscripts. And we do that through editorial highlights, through blogs which appear on HPB and on the journal website. We try and promote discussion of articles which can take place on My HPB, and we are wanting to try and promote more on social media journal content. So there are many ways in which we can continue to increase the strength and impact of the journal. So there you go. It's been a really great journey over the last 10 years. I would like, again, just to acknowledge the support of Mark Callary, Saxon Connor, Stephen Wigmore, Rebecca Minter, and Ewan Harrison. We've heard that there's going to be a safe transfer of the journal, which is already underway, to Steve Wigmore at the present time. I'm still associated with the journal until the end of the year, so you might still get some begging letters about reviews, and just check and make sure that everything is good for the journal. But again, I'm sure that the journal will be in safe hands and that it will continue to flourish in the years to come. So thank you.
Is Pierre around?
Mr. President, thank you very much. I will make it pretty short. We are overall pretty happy with this meeting in Geneva. The last figure we have for the total number of delegates is 2,869, which is pretty good. The number of countries is 96 that are here. The top countries, I think, is important also in the strategy for the association. Number 1 is China. Number 2 is Japan, so many people from Asia. We're very happy about that. Number 3 is the United States. It's also important to see that many came from North America, UK, and also we are very proud because Switzerland is small and Switzerland is number 5. So that means that we've been able also in a country, there's only a few centers performing advanced HPB surgery, that many general surgeons from this country found very interesting also to attend and to listen to the talk. I would like also to thank, I should spend a lot of time to thank many people because we could do it. The first one is Rowan Parks that I want to thank because that was, we were talking together. Not easy to do a program today, so many meetings, so many topics, so many repetitions. And we're very happy that I think the program looked good, at least it's very well attended, and we cover well all the area of HPB surgery. So many thanks to Rowan and all the program committee. ACS Global also, they did a lot of the work here, and Alison and others to put this together, have the people here, not many no-show, it's also very, I'd like to thank them very much. MCI also play a major role in this meeting. I think most of the things are going pretty smoothly in the different rooms, which are very well attended. And I really hope, and we come again, that the friendship, the last part of our slogan here, could take place tomorrow evening at the Swiss evening or Gala Swiss, whatever we named it, take place at the circus, where we will have 7 different specialties to taste Switzerland, and a fantastic area an hour and a half before to connect among everybody. So I think I'm done with this report. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
He gave these numbers. Okay, the next Congress is gonna be in Melbourne. We have Tom Wilson, president of the Let's Come Together. It's Rob Padbury is part of our house, being our general secretary, and he came to visit with me this place, and we wish you the best, and please announce.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you very much. It's not my normal greeting, but I thought I was recommended to try it. Good day. We'll be looking forward to welcoming you all in Melbourne in 2020. The next Congress meeting is going to be co-hosted by the Australia and New Zealand HPB Association and the Asia Pacific HPB Associations with IHPBA. So we hope to see you all there.
If you come and see us at the stand, you'll be able to get a little koala. You'll be able to guess the number of koalas that are present in the box there, and you may even win a chance to get registration at the meeting in 2020. My colleagues Leanne, Lynn, Chrissy and Danny are manning the booth out there. They'd love to see you. I've of course brought my colleague Rob Padbury. Rob and I have a long acquaintance with each other. He's Deputy Congress Convener. He wants to say a few words about the meeting.
Thanks, Tom. Good day, mate. That's how it is, yeah. I just wanted to say something brief about how we're planning the activities. One innovation, we're going to hold a Fellows Retreat on the Saturday and Sunday prior to the Congress. So the details of how this will run or how fellows will be selected will be sorted out through the Education and Training Committee. But I just wish to highlight that for people who have fellows anywhere in the world, we will welcome them to Melbourne, hopefully on the Friday afternoon, spend 2 nights in a luxurious resort in the Yarra Valley, which is just outside of Melbourne, and we'll get everybody back to the convention centre by the Sunday evening. Then there are 2 days of workshops, and we're planning 8 workshops and postgraduate courses at the moment, so quite an extensive program, and then obviously the 3 days of the meeting. Can I just say that Melbourne in springtime, and it is springtime on the other side of the world, Melbourne in springtime is a wonderful place to be, and it's a very vibrant and very safe city. So I think there is a little video. Thank you very much. See you in Melbourne.
Okay, I hope that everybody can go to Melbourne in 2020. It's going to be the perfect vision of IHPBA. Okay, the World Congress, as they mentioned before, is going to be in 2024 in Cape Town, and really we were very happy to select that place. And before that, I want to, Will Chapman, I think, is here, or to tell us something about the Congress in New York. Do you want to talk a little bit?
Yeah, there's not much to say. We're going to have the Congress in New York. That's it. No, Will is not here, but the Congress in 2022 will be held in New York City. It'll be at the Hilton Midtown, which is on 6th Avenue, or the Avenue of the Americas, appropriately. It's a great location. It's a few blocks south of Central Park. It's a few blocks north of Times Square. The contract has been signed, and all indications are that that we're going to have a fabulous event there, and we expect a very large turnout and an even greater meeting than we've had in the United States, I think, as far as HPB meetings go. So we expect to see all of you there in 2022. Thank you.
We need to approve the Cape Town, I think. We didn't do it. Oh, you did it, Kokudo? No, but it's done. Consider done. Congratulations. Okay, with this we finish the assembly, I think, on time. Thank you very much for everybody who come here, and the handover of the presidency is gonna be in the closing ceremony in the last day. Thank you very much.